Hey friends, GatorMom here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm sharing an all new style from Jujubee with you. This bag here is called the All That Tote and it is in the adorable Tokidoki print called Fantasy Paradise. Alright, so I know I said in that first look video that I just posted yesterday that the first video I wanted to do with this particular print was a backpack comparison because I've been getting a ton of questions on how the backpacks compare to one another, and I promise that video is probably going to come next week because I am anxious to do that one. But the most questions I got after that video was all about this bag. It's really hard to describe the bag when I was going through it when it was empty and kind of showed you guys the pockets and everything. So I think that's what brought on a lot of the questions. Today I packed it up for the very first time and I'm in love with it. I really like the way that it packs. There's a few features in it that I think are kind of funny, but it doesn't take away from the fact that I think the bag is super functional, which I'll get into that as I start unpacking it. So today I have it all packed up for an evening at soccer practice. I am now officially a soccer mom, which is a new thing for me because I'm used to the dance and the music and the basketball, but soccer is like a whole nother beast for some reason, in my opinion. So I have it packed up for soccer practice. All three of my kids are playing. They all love it. It's been a blast so far. So tonight we have practice. Saturday we're at the field for like 4 hours with games back to back. So I'm gonna carry this tonight, and then of course over the weekend. Really like the way that it packs for this type of an outing. So I think you guys are gonna be able to get a good feel for using this bag for kind of like an everyday use. But that's what I have it packed up for tonight. Again, this print is the brand new Tokidoki that is launching today. Well, I don't know when you guys are gonna see this video, hopefully today, but it is the Fantasy Paradise and it's adorable. I'm obsessed with these handles and the green color that is in this bag. I really like this like jade emerald, I don't even know what to call it, but turquoise. It's a really pretty green and it's hard to really capture the color. But let me get into the bag so I can show you everything I have packed up. I'll start with like the outside, give you guys a good view, then I'm gonna set the camera up to really give you guys a good like bird's eye into the bag, since that's what's hard to really capture about it. So the bag here, you have two nice sturdy handles. There's no rings here on the side of the bag, so you can't really carry it crossbody, but this drop length is really generous. I can't think of anybody that would have problem really throwing this over their shoulder and going. It's super comfortable, and I just think it's like an easy grab and go type tote. So that is the way that you can carry it. It's the only way to carry it. It doesn't have backpacks or anything else, or backpack straps or anything like that with the bag. So this here is the front. You have half of a panel here of the super cute print, and then the bottom is just the solid green. Underneath this flap, you have one pocket, which I think is kind of weird but kind of cool at the same time. I know that sounds funny, but it's a hard pocket in my opinion to get in and out of. So how I will probably use it is just keeping it open, like not even zipping it. And then this flap here can just cover up the zipper so that you're not fumbling with trying to get it open at all times. This flap here goes all the way up. So if you wanted to put magazines or coloring books or folders, things that are taller, and you don't have the bag packed like as fat as I do, you could definitely use this pocket for that, and it would be so functional to just kind of put those long things in here and put the flap over top and not even mess with the zipper. So inside this front pocket, all that I have are two things. I have my O-Venture little card case wallet and my big O key ring. I just throw those in there and go. The thing that I have next to that is just a chapter book that I'm currently reading right now. Especially at practice, I have like an hour's worth of downtime. I'm usually taking pictures of the kids or watching them, or I've been pulling my book out to read. So that is what I have in there. Again, like magazines would be really good kind of stuff down in there also, especially if you're using this bag for like the pool or the beach. Really fun. So that's what I have in there. I'm just gonna zip it back up for now. Then on the back of the bag, which I'll show you here, you don't have any pockets or anything like that. It's just a big full panel of the print, which I think is really cute. You can get pretty much everybody there since it's so big. So this is just flat, nothing here on the back. On this side of the bag, you have nothing. That's what it looks like. There's no pockets or zippers or anything like that. But on this side pocket here, you have a kind of hidden zipper with the super cute octopus zipper pull. Now in here, I have 2 out of 3, because my son's actually wearing his, flip-flops in here for when they're done with practice or the game. So I carry a big 31 bin tote that has all their shin guards, their cleats, all of that stuff in there, extra socks, but it's so dirty after the game that I like to keep their shoes kind of separate in here, the ones that they're gonna be putting on after they practice or have a game. So I have those in here. I'm actually gonna unpack them last though, just because I wanna show you how everything is stacking on top of it inside the bag with that long pocket fully packed, if that makes sense. So let me unpack the inside of the bag, and then as I'm doing that, I'll show you the shoes that I have in there. Looking down at the very top of this tote, you have the awesome kind of green jade zipper, which I think is a fun contrast in between all the print that you have going on up here. And then of course, the little cute Tokidoki octopus zipper pull. So this is completely closed. You don't have any type of holes here on the side of the bag, like the Super Bee, for example. You kind of have some room here on the side. The zipper doesn't go all the way. It goes from like here to here basically, but this one is completely closed. Nice smooth zipper that you're used to here. Then when you open the bag up, this is how I have it packed up. So it packs a little bit vertically, I would say, like a really big deep tote, but when you have something in that shoe pocket, I'm gonna call it, or the long pocket down there at the bottom, you can kind of stack things on top of it. So that was the main reason I didn't want to take those things out first, because I wanted to show you how I had it packed up. I think it packs up great. I think it's easy to find things in here, especially when you pack it with pouches. Bags like this, like the Super Bee, the Bee Light, this one, you're gonna wanna pack it with pouches in my opinion, just because it's gonna be easier to grab and go like whatever it is that you're needing. So let's get into it. I'll show you what I have packed up. My one and only complaint of this bag is that it doesn't have a key leash inside. I really want a key leash, Jujubee. I wanna be able to like attach things to it and grab it really easily. So a couple of different ideas that you can have to make like your own key leash basically is you can grab a little like cord. This is an NCO cord I've had forever. I'm not even quite sure where you can get it, but there's similar things like this on Amazon or anywhere, but you can definitely like loop it around your handle here and let me see, like shimmy it through and then just kind of have it hanging inside the bag. And then when you zip it, it's just all the way here at the end. So that's kind of an idea to kind of make your own key leash or whatever. What I decided to do was just attach my Passy Pod and my hand sanitizer to the inside zipper of this pocket here. Both of those things work great, so that was just kind of another little idea. I wanted my hand sanitizer accessible because we're outside at the soccer field and it's like gross and dirty, so I wanted to not have to like find that in the bag, so I have that attached there. And then on the zipper I also have a Passy Pod, and inside here is just a little case for all of my daughter's things. So I could put these in a little pouch, but they all fit in here so neatly and it's super adorable and it works. So the only thing I don't have in here that I want to put in here is her round hairbrush. It's in her backpack for school right now. I need to get another one or add it in there. But besides that, I just have a little chapstick for her. I also put inside here a bunch of these eyeglass wipes because she does wear eyeglasses, and especially playing any type of sports, they get really foggy and kind of dirty. So she uses these a lot when she's playing any type of like sport activity. Then inside with the little elastic bands, I have hair clips, and then I have some more hair ties down here. Can never have too many of those. And then of course, like I said, I'm gonna put her hairbrush in here. So it's all of her type things that she would need when she's out the field. The only other thing that I plan to add on the very top of this bag, which it will fit, it's kind of sagging a little bit because I have something in this pocket, but I want to throw in our frog togs. These look huge right now because they're not wet, but they're basically those cooling towels, if you will. You get them wet like before you're at a theme park or a sports event or whatever, and then they can use them after they play. We use ours like hard, as you can see. This one is actually even dirty. It has leaves all over it. So, but I plan on putting those inside a Ziploc bag, just like I kind of do normally, and throwing them there on top. If they don't fit the way that I want them to, I can always throw them in the bin with the shoes, but I want to try to keep them a little bit cleaner, and I think they will definitely fit on top. Once I get them wet and fold them, put them really small in a Ziploc. So that's the only other thing I'll put on top there. Water bottles, I know you guys are gonna ask me about. I just carry those separate because we carry really big ones to the field. Each of the kids is responsible for theirs, and then I just have mine, whatever I'm drinking at the time. So inside the bag, the only pocket that you have is this kind of water bottle pocket over here, which I'll show you in a second, and then you have a zipped tech pocket here at the top. Inside this pocket, it's just kind of like a flap, if you will, inside the bag. It kind of goes like that. I just have it tucked under. Inside here, a couple things for me, like a hand cream, a chapstick, and then I have like a lip oil just because my lips have been like really, really dry. This is good stuff, by the way. This is by Chapstick. It's called Total Hydration. They have tinted ones too. This one's like a peach iced tea or something like that. I've really been liking it. So that's all I have in there for me, just because I don't want to find them all in that outside pocket. But I also threw in here my son's little VTech kitty buzz. It's like he calls it his phone or tablet, and I have that charged so that he can play with that while the others are having games or practice or whatever. So I have that tucked down in there. That's the only thing. It is felt lined, so you could put your phone in there or electronics or cameras or what have you. So that's what I have in there. There's also this kind of weird mesh lining that I don't really know the purpose of the mesh lining there. I mean, I could totally be missing something. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's not a pocket or anything, and it does go to the outside of the bag here. So the only thing I could think of was it would be cool for like sand at the beach if you wanted a way to like shimmy it out or something. It definitely would be good for something like that, and I can't imagine any other purpose that it would have. I think it's cool. It kind of adds another like material and element to the bag, but I don't think it serves a purpose. So inside the bag here though, you do have a like bottle pocket over here, if you will. I think it's kind of small. I just have in here a thing of insect repellent because at the field, my ankles got torn up last week. So that's what I have stuck down in there if we need it. This is pretty small, and it fit really tightly in there. Like an umbrella would work really well in there also. But besides like your standard water bottle, and maybe a Swell bottle would probably work really well in there because they're skinny. That's about all you're gonna be able to fit in there. You can't fit a big, huge, fat, like maybe hydro flask or something like that, because I think the thing is just not wide enough. But it's kind of a cool thing to have over there for those kind of things. If you don't want to use it, you can just tuck it out of the way. It's really not a big deal. It doesn't take up any additional space in the bag. So that's what's over there. As far as anything else inside the bag, as far as internal organization, that's all you get. So in here, I decided to pack it full with pouches. Besides the pouches, there's a couple of other like miscellaneous things in here, but basically over here on the side, well, let me do that last because it's like the biggest piece. Back here, slid in the back, all the way down in the bag, I have a couple of coloring books. I have a high five magazine that has like word searches and things like that. I also have a couple of these color mess books. My youngest is still obsessed with these. I have markers in the bag too, I'll show you in a second. And then a couple coloring books. This is perfect. They like at the game last week, my son was playing with his teammates as the other games were going on. They were sitting like on the big chairs and just needed something to do to occupy them while the other kids were playing. So that's why I have that in there. Also, right in front of it, again, these items are on top of the shoes at the very bottom. So that's why they're elevated a little bit. I have a pack of tissues. This is a big fat pack of Kleenex because at the field, your nose is running like crazy and I've been grabbing for them. Also have a thing of wet ones, again, germs. And then the other thing I have in here, it is just down underneath, kind of on the side here, another package of wipes. These are fresh feet wipes. Any mom that has kids in sports, you're welcome. Thank me later. I got these on Amazon. They're peppermint, and that's all I'm gonna say. They're pretty amazing. So that's what I have tucked in there. Then I have 3 more pouches inside here. I have the small set piece in this same print. Look how cute this print placement is. In here, I just have a mini med kit of all of the things because it's sports and you never know what you're gonna need. So there's Band-Aids, there's eye drops, there's little travel scissors, there's bug like itch cream, Neosporin, all that stuff is inside the small set piece. Then I also have in there the large set piece, and inside here I put a couple of more activities for my youngest. I have crayons for those coloring books. I have the markers for the color mess pages. And then I have a nice handful of all of these little men for him to play with. So there's plenty more room in there if I want to add some cars or something later. So I have that in there. I can just grab it out and hand it to him. Then I also have in here, the last piece is the Be Dapper, which I think is awesome for snacks. I'll kind of let that fold down there. If it'll stay up. There we go. So inside this Be Dapper, on this front zip pocket here, I just have a couple of Ziploc baggies for trash. Got one kind of caught in there. And then inside the big part, I have it full of snacks. Again, if they want to kind of grab one of these in the car on the way home, if they want to eat one of these while the kids are playing, there's so many snacks in here. I have a couple of these little crepes my daughter likes. I also have pistachios. My youngest is obsessed with them, in a baggie for the shells. I also have Z-bars, granola bars. I have an entire pack of Ritz crackers, and then a few of these travel peanut butters to go. So tons and tons of snacks and little fruit strips, all of that inside this Be Dapper. Tons fit in here, and it's perfect for a pack of crackers since they're long, and it'll protect them from getting all cracked up. So that's everything inside the bag besides the shoes that I have. You can't, I don't know if the lighting can see, but it basically goes all the way across down there at the bottom of the bag. So I'll kind of unzip it so you can see. I have a full pair of flip-flops for my daughter, and then a full pair of flip-flops for my youngest. There's still tons of room in there for me to put my son's, my oldest, flip-flops in there as well. So works awesome. I have them, I need them, and it doesn't take up room in the bag really. So it makes kind of like a shelf for you to stack everything else on top. Again, if you don't like this, like you're not really digging this, you can totally scrunch it up, tuck it to the side, and then you just have a big open tote. So that pocket would be perfect if you want to shove snacks in there, if you wanted to put water bottles in there. So it's really functional. I love that it's separate from the inside of the bag and you can get things really easy. So that is my little review here of the All That Tote. Let me know below if you guys have any questions or comments. I'm always happy to help, and I'll see you on my next video.